Before the video begins, I just wanted to say that the Water Temple video sucks and I hate it. Anyways, let's just begin. We all love the Fire Temple. Its theming, its music, and saving all the Gorons. And even the hammer's pretty good. It's a really good dungeon, and let's go into depth why. Let's get the obvious out of the way. The theming. Every dungeon has really good theming, but this dungeon might have the best theming. The fire noises as you walk through the dungeon, the fire itself, the really good looking brick walls compared to the cave walls. Tons of stuff just looks really good, and the music is really good environmental wise. Everything in this dungeon sets it apart from every other dungeon, and that's a good thing. And now for all the other stuff. There's actually a story here. The Gorons are all trapped, and you have to save them. You influence that story throughout the dungeon. You save tons of Gorons. You don't see a thing that you have to do before the dungeon, and you don't see it end after you do the saving throughout the dungeon. The only time where this kinda happened was with the Spirit Temple. The story also kinda played out. This is a linear dungeon done right. You have to spend your keys in the same order, but you also have to figure out where to spend them, and the locations of keys are fun to find. Plus, there are times where you can just find keys in any order, which is nice, even if the order is just, do I get this one or this one? It's not the Shadow Temple, though, in terms of linearity, which is good. Another good thing about this is you have to remember where some locked doors are, because if you don't, you're just gonna be stuck in circles for half an hour. Even if the general sequence of events is the same, the small bits of unlinearity give it a lot in terms of it being good. Another thing this dungeon has going for is a ton of memorable rooms. The firewall room where the firewall moves, the annoying fire maze, the stone boulder maze, the entrance, the boss door room, the dungeon item, tons of rooms that are just memorable, and they're all really fun. I've had like a ton of fun playing through this again. Some of the puzzles are really good too, like this box where I may or may not have broken the boxes immediately, or this one where you have to find the correct path through the flames in order to get to this ledge. There's tons of single room puzzles here, and they're all good. Stop! Hey, hammer. Yeah, hammer. Time. The Megaton hammer is a really good item, but suffers from it only being used in the Fire Temple and some small parts in other places. However, there is tons of places for you to use the hammer in this dungeon. And the main uses are hitting this face to send it into the floor and destroying this one's statue. Now for the boss fight and the mini boss fights. First off, before you get to the boss fight, the weird dancing scarecrow guys are one of the best enemies to fight. They're really fun to fight with, like, chasing them down. I wish they appeared more. It's fun to spam your hammer to destroy the fire part and then just destroy the crap out of them with your sword. Now for Volvagia. Volvagia is a really fun boss fight. Destroying it with the hammer and then wailing on it with your sword is really fun. Design-wise, it's really good too, and I think it has a bit of lore too. Also, fun fact, I don't do this in the video, so I don't have like proof that you can do this. You can climb on the side of the walls. You should, if you ever fight this boss ever, you should use it to avoid the rocks. Another thing about enemy encounters is there's a ton of good enemies here. There's like the slug things. Oh, and those annoying tiles, but those aren't good enemy encounters. Those are really annoying. Anyways, This dungeon is really good with good enemies, design, and navigation stuff. Kinda. This dungeon gets a 9 out of 10 on the dungeon ranking score. Anyways, like my videos if you like them. If you don't like them, tell me how they're bad so I can improve them. Comment if you want to comment, but share if you want to share. Goodbye!